The judge called him a narcissist. He was rude. The Ecuadorian government have said he's got vile personality traits. Plus, as well, of course, they accuse him of meddling in their own Ecuadorian politics. Who is he?
Well, I think it's quite a savage thing to say for the judge to say when he's only met him once. But no, he's actually rather a personable person. I know him very well. I mean, he stayed with me for 13 months. I visited him quite a lot in the embassy.
When was the last time you saw him?
Last Friday. I saw him last Friday.
So are you good friends?
Yes.
Yeah,
we're friends. No, I think that what you have to remember about what's happened in Ecuador is the complaints by the Ecuadorians really started when the government changed, and the Prime Minister Lenin Moreno has definitely instigated a completely different regime there. He had 2 cameras in every room.
In the embassy?
In the embassy, there were 2 cameras in every room. He lost his internet access, which for somebody who lives on the internet is pretty tough. His visits were curtailed. So it was a pretty tough regime, because I think they were trying to encourage him to leave.
And when you saw him last Friday, I mean, we knew here, we were aware that something might be happening. What was his mood? Why didn't he just walk out if he knew this was happening? I mean, many people think he enjoys this. He enjoys the notoriety. He enjoys this drama, the hero worship.
It's easy to think those things, but I know him better than most, and I don't think it's enjoyable at all. He's effectively lost his freedom for the last 10 years.
Well, he could have not skipped bail and answered the charges against him, which were these Swedish rape crimes.
Yes, he could have, but he said then, and it's been proved right, that he did so to escape extradition to the United States of America, and that's clearly what's happening. He was proved right about that. So it's been very difficult. And bear in mind that the Ecuadorians just received a $4.2 billion loan from America last Monday, and these things are apparently...
But yes, he may well be extradited, but he'll be subject to an independent judiciary. So, I mean, he'll be tried, and if he's guilty of something, he's guilty. If he's not, he's not.
Well, yes, I have to say there's one charge at the moment against him for the extradition, which has been brewing in secret. We don't have secret extraditions in this country because we don't think they're a good standard of justice. It's been brewing for 10 years. I think this
which is
spiteful.
Hacking.
Well, they say it's hacking. There's hacking, yeah. But they'll have to prove that, of course. But look, I think this is actually victimisation. I think this is spite. I think this is America needing to set an example, needing to get their man to dissuade other people. What Assange has done is he's provided a huge amount of information for the public to better understand the way we're governed.
Colonel Boswell, has this just become a bit of a personal vendetta between US and Assange, and we're just sort of spectators on this?
Could be. I have not met the guy. What I said in Parliament is, I stand by, which was like yesterday. I said, look, this guy says his personal space has been invaded, but he has managed to invade the personal space of a huge number of people, some of whom may well have suffered severely, even being killed, who don't know. But the fact of the matter is, he sought refuge in the embassy of Ecuador when he skipped bail, and you actually put up some of the bail money, didn't you?
Yes, I did, yeah. I lost
it. You lost it. You lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, he let you down for a start. He made you pay that.
Can I ask how much money?
I don't feel he let me down.
How much money did you put up?
I put up 20, but the judge reduced it to 12.
Right, yeah.
But I'm not here feeling let down. I understand it.
But the fact of the matter is, he's now out. British justice will look at the case and decide.
Can I just explain that for many people, he exposed some of the great wrongs that were happening in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's what he, the footage that emerged was showing, killing, from the West. Right, in one instance, 18 deaths in that situation. Yeah. That sort of thing, as we saw with lots of other indiscretions that happened during that war, need to be exposed, don't they? So,
well, I'm sorry, but some things don't need to be exposed, because actually we need to protect people that are working for our allies, and
even
those
if they get
people
it wrong,
war crimes need to be exposed.
Yes, of course they do.
Yeah, and that's what Assange and WikiLeaks are claiming that they
But I'm just saying, that's one bit. The other bit is actually doing things that are really wrong, which is actually, it is wrong to break into a computer system and steal
Of course
stuff.
it is, but why aren't we... Why isn't it just enough to say, well done, you've actually exposed these very serious war crimes from one of the biggest superpowers in the world?
Well done a bit, But actually, you've done a heck of a lot of harm too. And that's the bit that worries me.
You know, the leader of the free world, as he's called, praising WikiLeaks because it was dumping on his opponent, and now perhaps worried about what else might come out about him if he's extradited to the US. Now all of a sudden stepping back saying, I've never even heard of them.
I think, you know, because he doesn't always have the best command of the English language, he's probably suggesting there that he doesn't know much about the WikiLeaks incident at the moment in terms of the Julian Assange arrest, I presume. Well, I hope. That's what you hope.
But, you know, there is a. I mean, do you know him best? Is there a possibility more may come out? And if he comes, he could, you know.
Well, Julian doesn't run WikiLeaks anymore because the pressure he's been under and the denial of internet service on his last year in the embassy meant that he had to hand it over to somebody else. So he's not in control of it anymore. So I don't really know what's going to come out. And of course, what WikiLeaks is really a safe Dropbox where whistleblowers can put things in with some level of security. So you never quite know what's in it.
So,
I mean, my position is this. My position is, if this guy's actions have resulted in the deaths of people who were doing their best to serve their country, it's unsurprising that the United States would like to actually have him back and try him. But I don't know whether that's the case. It seems to be there's a possibility. So let the judges decide what should happen to him. He skipped bail, which is stupid. He went into the Ecuador embassy for 7 years. Again, a daft thing to do. He could well have been
Jeremy Corbyn's back saying he shouldn't be extradited.
Great. Jeremy Corbyn, you know, fantastic. And I listened to what Diane Abbott said about it yesterday in Parliament. To be honest, let the courts decide. Actually, this man seems, on the face of it, to have done wrong. Let other people who are in a better position than we are, in full possession as much as possible of the facts, decide what should happen with him. Personally, I can't make that decision. I think there's something weird about the whole situation. But I do know one thing. The Americans, the American security services are extremely concerned about what he did and his organisation. It broke in and did great damage to our best ally. Frankly, as a Conservative politician, I think we should back up best ally.
All right. I mean, I think the thing that really got me was the character assassination stuff. The whole piece in the Daily Mail about him here, about his hygiene, smearing excrement, the fact he licks his plate clean. I mean, that's pretty. I mean,
where's that come from?
This is an attempt not to talk about the issues, but to demonise the man. It's what we've seen ever since he went into the embassy. And it's really unfortunate because this doesn't serve the public well at all. Julian has held power to account in a way that is absolutely necessary. And it's necessary because of the digital age. It's necessary because of failure of journalism to hold power to account in the way it should.
Okay.
So, you know, we have to be very careful. Julian Assange gets out of bed every morning absolutely convinced that he's serving the public interest. He's prepared to go to jail for it. He's prepared to lose his liberty for it.
Well,
we do.
He hid away for 7 years.
Leaving that embassy was worse than jail. I promise you, I've been in there.
Okay.
You know, in jail. No.
Pamela Anderson visiting him, so you can't get that.
What,
you don't get that in jail.
with two cameras in it, 2 cameras in every room.
Yeah.
Two cameras in every room.
I mean, it will be.
He walked out, surrendered himself to the British authorities.
To be extradited to America.
Well,
they will decide that.
Okay.
Don't get heated now. You should have done that 5 minutes ago. Thank you very much, Vaughan Smith and Colonel Bob Stewart. Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Britain.
Thank you.